Abortion. Seems like it's the word of the week nowadays. Abortion this, abortion that. Even mentioning this word is just going to cause so much chaos. There's been so much misinformation circling around this topic. It is staggering. So what can you trust? Well, join me as I take a look into this topic.
But you know what? Tomorrow, Fred, is a lot of people are watching. A lot of newspapers back there are watching, and they're gonna be reporting very big.
Hello, my fellow Pedes, and welcome to the American Monologue. Today, we are going to discuss abortion. Scary word, I know, but as everyone knows, the new law, which passed in Alabama, sparked controversy, and honestly, I'm just sick of hearing about it, but I need somewhere to vent. First, I'm going to start off with the myths about the new abortion laws passed in the South, and then we'll move into the more factual evidence which disproves much of the left's claims. But once I'm able to show how badly everything has been portrayed, it'll be much easier to argue. Now, first off, as a high schooler, the only thing I see on white girls' Instagram stories nowadays are just extremely liberal point of views, and most of the time, the evidence brought up is just completely infactual and completely just wrong. And if they were to take 30 seconds to do their own research, they would be able to find that most of this stuff is just lies and fake. But to start off, the action of the abortion is illegal, so the doctor would be the one penalized, not the woman. You don't know how many times I have seen people say something along the lines of, if a woman gets more than for an abortion, then yada yada yada. It's a war on women. That's basically what they're saying, but it really isn't though. That's the thing. The doctor's the one getting penalized. After that, they usually something along the lines of, well, you're not a woman. You shouldn't be making decisions for women. Well, I have one thing to say to that. Do you know what a government is? It's people making decisions for other people. So in that context, should whites not make decisions for blacks, Asians for Native Americans, or how about this, non-gun owners for gun owners? It's just so hypocritical. But yet again, that's what much of the left's viewpoints are. Then they proceed to bring up the 25 white male senators made the decision. They forgot to mention that there's a female governor that signed off on it, but we'll give it to them since it's only one woman. But let's just put this in a hypothetical situation. This is going to be crazy now, but there's only 4 out of the 35 state senators which are women. So it shouldn't say men should not be making decisions. So wouldn't saying men should not be making decisions just a little weird? Because really, they aren't making many decisions at all in Alabama. Women only have 4 seats in the state senate. So if they really want to have more women voice, they should be getting more women into that state senator. Plus 25 out of the 35 of the Senate supported the bill is actually pretty big. I believe 3 senators were not there, 2 of which were Republican and 1 Democrat, so that really increases it to 77% voted in favor of this bill. And now saying that they're white males does not discredit their opinion. I mean, wouldn't men want to have abortions? Most of the time, men are the ones that are going to be paying for the child services and all that jazz. So wouldn't they want the convenience abortion has turned into? It takes 2 to have a baby. Both people should have equal say, and just because the woman is carrying the child doesn't mean she has more of a right to terminate a life of another. Now going back to that convenient part, let me pull up some tables that I found online. Now these are percentages of people's reasons for getting an abortion. Now look at that. 0.5% is rape. Now I wanted to double check, and everywhere I looked, I haven't seen a number higher than 1.5% for rape and incestual relationships. Now, this seems to be a really main argument for the left. The way that they stress the whole, a 13-year-old got raped story, which is horrible, don't get me wrong. But by the way they stress this so much, I expected it to be at least 10% or higher. Also, the big thing is also the mother's health and the baby's health, whether it'd be able to survive out the womb. But we'll get into the baby thing later. But in the Supreme Court ruling of 1973, they defined the health of the mother so broadly to include physical, emotional, psychological, and familial trauma. But much to the confusion, there's much to most people's confusion that there is exceptions when it comes to the mother's health, and if the baby wouldn't be able to survive out the womb. That includes still babies or whatever it's called. But now back onto the baby part. People justify killing babies a lot of times is they wouldn't have a good life. Their life would be bad. What I have to say to that is shame on you. Who are you to assume how someone's life can end? There are so many people with disabilities and that are living in tough conditions. Go ask them. Heck, even go ask people that are adopted or were adopted. Anyone, and ask them, do you wish you were aborted? Nearly everyone most likely would say they were happy they are alive right now. And people that ask that probably wouldn't even have the guts to ask that, because that's such a tough question to ask. Do you wish you were dead, basically? Now, the left believe really more in all or none. The right generally, I believe, is more okay with exceptions such as serious health conditions or other discussable topics on moral or morally wrong. But unfortunately, the left can't have that. They need it all. Next on the list of
Ridiculous bullshit.
is abortion is a constitutional right. There is no constitutional right to abort. Roe's justification derives from an abstract interpretation of the 14th Amendment's premise of liberty and the malleable concept of the right to privacy, found in the actual text of the Constitution. Your right to privacy does not extend to what you can do to other people's heartbeat. Makes sense. And even Ruth Bader Ginsburg, where's she at though, admitted to that Roe versus Wade is a byproduct of heavy judicial interventionism. So in another hypothetical situation, if abortion was a constitutional right, which it's not, then how come the left doesn't promote the Second Amendment? For that is literally a constitutional right. Whatever, that's a whole nother discussion. Then there's a couple more stupid facts like miscarriages. If you had a miscarriage, you'd be put in jail. That's just completely false. First of all, 10 to 15% of pregnancies end in miscarriages, so there's no way they're going to be arresting that many people. And also, I believe, I can't find the actual thing, but I'm pretty sure if it's suspicious, they will prompt an investigation, but not jail time. And there's only been one instance in which a person was arrested for a miscarriage, which was back in 1599. So this miscarriage myth is completely infactual. No, it's just completely incorrect. Even if it was illegal and for investigations, I'm not 100% sure on the investigation part, you have to realize 10 to 15% of pregnancies end in miscarriages. And most of the time, the woman can't do anything to prevent a miscarriage unless they were smoking or alcohol, which could have caused it. There's no way they'd look into all of these miscarriages. And also, the really stupid thing of, well, make vasectomies a felony then. Come on. One is your own DNA, and the other is ending another beating heartbeat. And I just hear, there was this thing at my school yesterday, and it was somehow goldfish got brought up, and how killing goldfish was unethical because it was a senior prank. Now, that word unethical really just got to me, because if killing goldfish, or if you're killing animals for meat is unethical, how is an unborn child not? So in conclusion, the left have been pushing such a strong agenda and have brainwashed so many, it has come to the point where people don't know fact from fiction. Most of these people don't even know they are lying, which is very unfortunate. I suggest you educate yourself and do your own research, so if you ever need a debate, you have the facts to back up your claims. As the persecuted, we must be able to defend our beliefs without cracking. That's it for me. Join me next week when I discuss the Second Amendment. Make sure you subscribe and like, and leave a comment on what you'd like me to discuss. Until then, peace.